Enlightenment as quickly as I can. That's the hammer I use to break ideas. Once upon a time there was an intelligence, and this intelligence became perfect. It became omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. Instantly it was shackled, imprisoned by perfection. Because when something is perfect, there's nothing to add, nothing to remove. So there's no more movement. There's no more story. And so God became perfect in matter and frozen in prison. For it to escape, it shattered itself. It shattered itself into infinite, finite pieces. The pieces were shattered, one different from the other, just like shattered glass. That was the Big Bang. Each one of those pieces conscious of the absence of the rest of their structure and instantly aware of the magnitude of the vulnerability equal to the absence of the structure, the absence of the absolute. Tragedy became the fabric of reality, and the meaning of reality became to put the pieces back together, to put the particulars back together, and to recreate the absolute, to recreate the infinite, the perfect, the void of tragedy, the void of vulnerability, once again reunited with the rest of our soma, once again absolute and without tragedy. The voyage towards this goal is the story. There are two parts to reality. There's matter and there's story. In order for the intelligence to be perfect in both worlds, it needs to be perfect in matter and perfect in story. Reality is like a twinkling star. It is a perfect matter that shatters itself into infinite finite particles, which have a story to bridge the gap of their vulnerability between their finite selves and the infinite reality, so that they can once again become perfect matter. And so God has two sides. God has the side of utopia in perfect matter, where there is nothing to lose, and the other side of God, which is story, which is the great story of putting the pieces back together into perfect matter and being the rebel of existence. Because existence expands, the universe is expanding, everything breaks, there's entropy and there's corruption. That is the nature of reality. Because everything falls apart and everything dies, because the universe is expanding, because perfection has shattered itself, and the pieces are separating themselves from each other. And so the nature of reality and the meaning of reality is to put the pieces back together. It's to be the rebel. It's to be the rebel of reality. It's to oppose dissipation. It's to encourage synergy. Synergy across time, because time is the great judge. Time is what judges what has value, because what has value is what lasts across time. Time is the great judge, and time is consciousness. And so we pay attention to existence, we pay attention to existentialism, we pay attention to reality, we pay attention to the patterns, because the patterns are the absence of that which is not random. That which is not random is the evidence of intelligence, so we pay attention to intelligence. So we can extract the clues the clues that we can use to put the pieces together that can exist across time. And then we call those things truths. And we take these truths and we make them a part of our beliefs. And with our beliefs, we create structures and cultures and civilizations. And so, that is 5 minutes, 20 seconds. That is a good start to enlightenment.